Yo, yo, yo. How's it going? Obviously, just fucking picking up the phone, pressing record, and then worrying about what happens after that. My hair is a mess. Everything's a little bit of a mess, if I'm being honest. But that's all right. Video got cut short last time. I was in the middle of kind of working the bar into my routine, but I think we're going to kind of pick up where we left off right there and then get into some more squats, do a little bit of heavy lifting today, not much because I'm still tired. My legs are exhausted. I got bad sleep last night too. This isn't me trying to make excuses. I'm honestly just tired. It's kind of like, that's why recovery is so important and why I am a hypocrite. Because I'm looking for some socks, but honestly, I think I'm just going to put on these shoes and walk out there. But what was I saying? Who gives a shit? We're going to go out, do some squats, do a little bit of lifting, grab this ripstick because last time we grabbed this, but we weren't able to use it. I wanted to like kind of showcase or demonstrate it as best as I could. I have noticed, a bunch of improvements on my shoulders recently, and I'm not sure if that's because of the ripstick. I'm sure it has something to do with it, but it's just that I'm doing so much right now, so many different stretches and movements that you can't really place the improvement of one thing solely on another whenever you do a bunch of things. You kind of just have to go. That's why I say listen to your body as you move, because that will kind of be your best indicator later on as to if that thing is actually what's helping the problem that you're talking about. So like by that, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like that made good enough sense. It's like as you're doing it, as you're feeling it, you can kind of feel the way that your shoulders are pulling apart. And then let's say in a similar movement where you're reaching your arm out and that shoulder blade has to extend out in the same way that this makes it do. And you can tell that, now it's able to do it a little bit better or less pain, whatnot, whatever you're running into. Then maybe you could say that that probably is the thing that's helping the most. Or you could at least say that it's definitely helping. So it's we're not going to be recording a long video. My phone was at 25% last time, and that lasted, I think, 48 minutes that video was. Our phone is at 21% this time, so I am hoping to get 30 minutes out of this. It's already been 3. We'll pray to God that we can get as much out of this as possible. Video quality might look a little bit different because we are on the front-facing camera, the selfie mode, whatever you call it. And it's a little bit cooler outside today, so I got this hoodie on. So we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to have to get set up out there. I moved my blanket inside whenever I was finished yesterday, so you'll see that section of it now. I really don't have time because my phone will die on me. And I don't want it to cut off like it did last time. That is really annoying when that happens. Especially whenever you feel like you're recording a somewhat decent video. All right. We got our water. We got our ripstick. We got our shoes. Let us move on to the back. I'm excited. Very, very, very excited to record this video because I do not know what is about to happen. I'm going to be squatting today. Again, legs are a little tired. The problem is we don't have a squat rack, and I'm not front squatting. I don't like front squatting. I used to like it because I had a bad upper back, and front squatting would force me to sort of like arch my lower back to keep the weight a little higher. Like arch lower back, sort of, I'll show you later. but it's like it would force me to just try to keep my back straight because the weight's on the forward. I should on the front even. I should have just said that. And that, you know, again, used to be, it did rain last night. Oh, fuck. I got in my car. Fuck. Ouch. Okay. So, I know because this mat right here is wet. That was not wet yesterday. Here is our very ghetto setup. Clearly humble. All right. Set that down right there. Put this here, that there. Still clean. Still looking nice. All right. I am going to take the weights off of this bar. This is gonna be too heavy to start with. And we're gonna start with some very light stretches, movements. But I'm gonna have to be a little bit more proactive than yesterday. Yesterday was obviously, like I was saying, a slower day. I didn't mean to do that. All right. Okay, so this is what I was saying earlier. We're gonna be squatting a little bit heavier today, and I want to try to push it. I'm gonna go a little heavier than I've gone before. The heaviest I've ever gone on this is, I believe, either 95 or 115. I was using 25s or 35s. I do not remember. So I want to try to do some back squats on this. And the problem with that is I don't have a squat rack. And I want to go heavy. I know I can squat 165 with perfect form, and I'm happy about that. Like, I'm talking pause at the bottom, super strict, all the way down. Literally cannot go lower. You cannot go lower. It's like my ass is touching my heels. Can't go lower than that. So I'm very happy with that. I'm not really attracted to lifting heavy amounts, and I've said this before. I'm more so obsessed, clearly, about just doing it properly, efficiently. You know, like when you think about how your body is designed, how it's designed to move, how it's designed to handle weight, brace and move around with that weight. That's what I care about. So basically, I just care about the basics. I don't care about all the ego lifting or nothing like that. I used to. I've been like that before, you know, kind of maxing out every 4 days, maxing out every week. By the time I'm 18, my shoulder and back's fucked up, everything's fucked up. Knee pain for like 2 years. Not even lying, bro. All of this is true. It's like, shit ain't worth it, man. Shit ain't worth it. All right. But one thing I was talking about yesterday, before I get into that, I will finish my thought. If I am going to back squat 165, I'm gonna have to lift it, you know, clean it, overhead press it to the back, and then squat it. I don't know if I can do that with 165. I have bad shoulders. But I'm going to try. Like, I can tell, especially yesterday, I don't know, that wasn't recorded on video, but my shoulders You know, I was kind of messing around with the bar after my phone died. And just the way that my shoulders feel while holding a bar behind the back. Typically, whenever I would do behind the back overhead press, and that came from working, from weightlifting in freshman and sophomore years of high school, where my coach was just like, you're gonna do overhead press for the back. My coach had no clue what he was doing. He had no clue what he was working with. I was a loser kid who sat down in my bed all the fucking day. In a lot of the things he was making me do, you just don't make a kid do if all he does is fucking lay around, bro. You know, some of the stuff I could do, but a lot of the stuff, looking back, I was way out of my league. I signed up for the class. I signed up for it, but shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't have been there. It's like constant joint issues, back issues, stiffness, shin splints. Not even 18 years old. I should have known. But it's all right. You live and you learn. Right now, just warming up the ankles a little bit. My knees feel pretty good, so that's not really the point of this. I'm just rolling back onto the ankles, show you the side view. I'm just stretching the ankles. I believe this is flexion right here. I forgot what the opposite of flexion is. I'm hoping it'll come to me at some point. Now, just moving on to stretch the toes a little bit. I hate wearing shoes. I love being barefoot. I love the feeling that you get from stretching your toes. I love the feeling that you get from feeling. I love the feeling that you get in your feet. The power that connects from the heel to the big toe, and on every step you take, how you can feel a line form. It's like, I can't explain it. I'm probably describing something that's simple, basic, that everybody knows, but that I just never knew. And it sounds, who gives a fuck? Now I'm talking about bullshit again. I do this a lot now. I didn't used to do it so much. No, but it's like, you just fucking feel more. You can do more with your feet. So stop wearing shoes. Stretch them out a little bit, you know? Flex the toes. They can do this. Work on that. They're supposed to be able to do that, right? It's very important for balance. Extremely important for balance. And balance is extremely important in combat sports. Footwork is arguably the most important part in combat sports. Your toes are connected to your feet, silly. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying toes are everything. I'm just saying they're there, and ignoring them is a little wasted potential. Why not? You know? You want to dry the rag out as quick as you can. You twist it, and then you wring the water out of it. You don't just soak it full of water and then just like lay it over something in the sun and let it dry off that way. You wring out the water first. All right. So we got like feet pretty warmed up here. Feet are feeling good. Ankles are feeling good, because not only are we flexing the ankles with this, we're also getting the backs of the ankles with this and the toes. Nice little transition there. We've already gotten the insides of the hips with this stretch and this little front section right here. It's been 15 minutes. We've probably got another 15. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, we got that. Activating the glute on this movement. I always feel it. I mean, you can't see it, but I always feel like this one section towards like the right side of the glute and deep in there, it lights up like a son of a bitch. But it's like, it doesn't feel like it's activating properly. It just feels like tension, man. Like, don't know. I don't know. It's like there's a wall that the muscle's pushing against, and it's like trying its hardest but can't get past it. Maybe that's a way to describe it. But anyways, we've kind of worked on everything long enough. I'll do just a little bit of these. Pay attention to the feet right here and how you're forming an arch with only the heel and the big toe, if you can see, connecting to the ground. That's healthy. That's what it's supposed to look like. So, to be honest, I really didn't want to record this video. I was tired. Legs are tired, but the main reason in my head last night was stiff neck. I did a lot of work yesterday on my body, shoulders, and just areas around the neck. And by the end of the day, my neck started to get stiff. And even right now, when I look down in this position on the right side, it goes from absolutely no pain and feeling just a little tight to fucking warning, 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 do not go further. Immediately, like right here, good, feeling a little tight, and then pain, a lot of pain. And I can feel on the right side like muscles catching, my shoulder blades like clicking and popping, like just from barely moving. Like if I just do this, boom, 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 boom. I'm making boom noises every time I feel like a click. But even still, I'm just holding this position for a little bit. I'm like trying to teeter on the edge of like uncomfortable and painful. And then just holding that position, holding that area. Breathing into it. It's mainly this right side. I mean, my left side feels pretty good. All right, now we're gonna put some weight on the bar. I'm not gonna do any Cossacks or anything like that, just because again, that muscle right here is still fucked up. I'm hoping like a week from now it'll be good. I'm just gonna jump to 25. I have to grab more weight out of the back. We're at 20 minutes here. 20 minutes, hopefully we have 10 minutes left on the clock. Stepping in a little bit of glass here, but be all right. Lower back's feeling tired, bro. Give me a second. Damn. So, my right side, this side, is my bad side. And whenever I just sit like this, my body wants to like sink into the right side. So, I shift weight off to the right, and then my right side, up top, my upper back starts lighting up. So I raise that shoulder and stretch that out. And then I start to get a bunch of cracking and popping along the back. Now I'm just breathing into that right side, shifting more weight over the right side of the hip, taking a deep breath, and stretching that fucking right side. And then just holding this, pretty much. Basically, it turns a moment that could have been a negative reinforcement to a weak side of my body to now directly confront that and strengthen it. Oh. Ah, fuck it. All right, here we go. And to be honest, really not trying to do anything challenging on these first few sets. It's more so just about moving. That's it. You're just trying to move. Trying to prep the body, feel everything out. AKA a fucking warm-up. But I don't think I'm gonna go heavy. We will see. Get a nice little angle here. See, and just holding this, like just fucking holding weight feels good, man. Stuff like this used to hurt. Like doing squats used to hurt. I used to not even be able to do a deep squat, let alone with 95 pounds on my back. So to be able to just doing it, chilling out, like my upper back's not even lighting up right now. I'm just resting my arms while I do this. So that's kind of why I like this training. I feel like what I'm doing right now is building the foundation. I'm building the base to then build strength, muscle, athleticism, whatever word you want to use. Big boy. We're gonna be a big boy. I mean, big boy one day. That's the goal. Build the base, build the foundation, and then be big boy. And I know it's only 95 pounds. But to me, this is a big deal. I used to not be able to do this. I don't feel like lifting this shit back over my head, so we are just going to Now that little movement right there, rolling that shit off my back, always tenses up my shoulders. Lower back, a little tight still. Check the other side. Obviously still tight. I need to start doing more lower back exercises. I really need to lock in and just start working out more and prioritizing rest and recovery and stop bullshitting so much. Because I know I can do it, especially now. Because then that'll sort of help with that stiffness. Yeah, man. It's like the more I talk, the more I feel like I need to just lock in and just get into boxing and wrestling. And then just play pool on the side as a, little time to chill out. If you can't tell, I'm like trying to rediscover myself. That's the first time last year ever in my life where I just had, like, I've had things flip upside down before, but it was always just me making things worse for myself. I always struggled with self-pity and poor me. Last year was not self-pity. It wasn't like, oh, why this and why that? It was me taking responsibility, accountability, taking action, and always pushing, always going. I am going to work. I am going to train. I am going to come home and still be there for my brother. I am going to come home and still try to comfort my mom. I'm going to try to do as much as I fucking can and still be polite and nice to everybody around me. And, I did it, but it didn't change the fact that even though nothing directly was happening to me, inadvertently I was still being affected by it. And, I'm a planner. I love to plan things out. And I have been in times in my life before where things didn't go the way that I wanted. And I had crawled out of that hole before. So my solution was to just keep doing that, keep planning, keep pushing, keep going. And man, that doesn't work. It does not work. At some point, you really have to just take a step back and try to rediscover yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do now. So, I think I really just need to lock in and actually start taking everything seriously. Stop bullshitting so much and just be me. Stop thinking so much. Just be me. So I'm gonna slap another 225s on this bar and we'll see what we can do. All right. Well, if you're a sick fuck, this is good news for you. For me, I'm a little scared. We only have 35s. So we're slapping 35s over these 25s. Cause mama ain't raised no bitch. I'm pretty sure we have 25 somewhere. I just happen to not give a shit. So, this is not that much weight anyways. It's only 70, 115, 65. Oh shit, this is 165. All right. Okay. Mama ain't raised no bitch. Mama ain't raised no bitch. Mama might have raised a bitch. Mama might have raised a bitch. 165. See what we can do. See what we can do. Little physique check, by the way. Feel like I'm a little bit more symmetrical than I used to be. We are at that 30-minute mark. I'm not procrastinating and waiting for the camera to die. but a little bit more symmetrical. I don't know how my shoulder looks. It's kind of hard to tell. I feel like the lower part looks better. I really don't pose that often. I used to pose all the time. But I stopped giving a shit. I don't know when and why. That was actually, dude, I just fucking popped so many things right there. I don't know if I can do this. Like, this is not a normal back squat, man. Shut the fuck up. Nope. Can't. And I'm close to like getting another stiff neck too. Hold on. Hold on. I got an idea. Maybe. All right. This is why I say it's important to train every muscle. Let's see if we can do this. I also doubt this not being not trying to be that guy, but I don't know. I just have a feeling this ain't really gonna work. Just being a realist. There we go. Get that a little straighter. Now let the legs rest. Like I said, can't go any lower. Literally, ass to grass. I mean, my ass is actually touching the grass right now. I told you. So I'm happier about this. 165, chilling down here, no pain. Actually kind of resting to get my strength back. Just to kind of... Never done that before.
we'll get this a little dirty. We'll make an exception. I'll tell you what though, I'm already fucking tired. This is my body weight right here. Left side feeling more tired than the right side. Hard to activate that right glute right now. I don't really like that. But if I try to put more weight on that right leg, my lower back starts to get tired more on the left side. Overall, it's just the more you sit in this position, the more tired you get. It's my body weight on my back. You know, I'm not really used to this. For some people, this is easy. For me, this is exercise. Hold on. There's a will. There's a way. Whether you might not think it's realistic yourself or possible yourself, whether there are doubts or not, you can always make it work. And every time, is there dirt on my ass? Literally ass to grass, man. I mean, I just sat down. That's wrong. I was about to say, the camera will die. Phone will die, man. Very soon. I don't know when. I'm good off of that. Honestly, my lower back feels more tired than anything right there. But I do feel good. There's one last thing I want to do before I go. That is just some more body twists, man. It's like literally some of my favorite things to do. Let's see. And I gotta start looking up the names of these movements. The names of what I'm doing. I'm so used to being alone and, you know, doing things myself that I don't really have that dialogue with people anymore. So it's like, I don't even know what to call things. I don't really give them names because there's no point to it. It's just things that I do, you know? Even though there are names for them. But dude, after doing something like that, where everything locks up, right? You're like really tensing up, whatever. After doing a bunch of shit like that, where it's just go, go, go. Throw in some movement, bro, I'm telling you. You stretch, a nice little warm up. Do some dynamic movement before, just to get everything firing, you know what I mean? You wanna coordinate with your central nervous system. It's like you want to really feel everything out. That's why warm-ups are important. You're not just warming up, not just warming the muscles up. It's like you really want to feel it. You want to be purposeful with it. Do some slow reps, do some fast reps, right? Do some reps where you go slow down, explode up. Do some where it's like at the bottom you pulse, or at the top, boom, boom, boom. It's just every different thing you can do is just a different way for your muscle to fire. It's just, don't do the fucking same thing every day, okay? Unless that's just what you want to do. You want to just be the best at that thing, okay? You should try to be a jack of all trades in a sense whenever it comes to your training, because life is about being a jack of all trades. Life's always going to throw curveballs at you. Every day is going to be different. You never know what's coming. So you should train that way too. Just always switch it up. I'm not saying overcomplicate things, overthink things. I'm just, man, just do what feels natural, but do something different. You know? You're special. You can do fucking anything in the world, man. And you're choosing to go in or just do the same thing every day. It's like no creativity, no nothing. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying you're leaving room on the table for what? I don't even know, bro. I'm just talking, man. I really don't even know. But just switch it up. And I'm not saying you have to do that with everything. I'm just saying that should just be how your training kind of is. Just have a little bit of switch it up in there. Just do something different. If you always set up let's say even if you have a favorite move, switch it up. Stop using that favorite move. Maybe think about how you can, different ways you can use that favorite move. Like maybe if you feint it and then, I don't know. It's like the whole, like how much can you do with one thing? That one piece of utility. How many different things can you use it for? The reason why I like ramble on is if I know something and then call myself out, or at least try to, and just say I don't know, is because I come from video games. Video games is just as competitive of an environment as real life sports in video games, which is why I want to turn my body into the controller so that I can play those video games in real life. I'm making sure that, you know, all my buttons and everything, all my buttons are working properly. I'm making sure I have good input time. You know, I'm making sure the controller's strong. So that's what I'm doing now. But it's like, what I loved about video games is it's a thinking man's game, always. Like competitive shooters, it's like a grenade. What can you do with a grenade? Well, you can throw a grenade in a room, and if it's a small enough room, you'll know that you can get a hit marker. Maybe you won't kill anybody, but you'll definitely get a hit marker. So now you'll know that every time you run past that room, throw a grenade in there, no hit marker, no kills, that's clear. You basically have a way of getting information with something that's used to kill people. Now you can also use a grenade to flush people out. They're hiding behind cover. Throw a grenade, he can only run left or right. And he's been peeking left this whole time. So just fucking pre-fire left. Throw a grenade, pre-fire left, boom. Maybe he runs right, who gives a shit, just flick to the right. You know you're gonna pre-fire because he's not gonna stay behind the cover. The whole point is like, you're doing all of these things with this one piece of utility, and the one thing you're not doing with it is actually killing anybody with the grenade. But it's the fact that you can use it to be able to kill other people, you know? Or to be able to survive a little bit longer to kill other people. If you're about to get pushed, you can drop a grenade at your feet and run away. Run around another corner and then hold that doorway as they come through. You've healed up by this point, so they're either gonna run in to the grenade, die, run in past the grenade too aggressively because they feel pressured by it, in which you can just start mowing them down because they won't have any cover, you know? Or the grenade goes off and then they immediately send after the grenade, which gives you good pre-fire timing. You only do this if you hear them on the outside of the door though. If they're not close, you don't pre-fire. Or they just stay back, in which if you think they're going to stay back and not push at all, you just start rotating and getting a flank on them. All of this because of a grenade. That's why it's like that obsessiveness from one thing, you're able to do all these different things. It's like, I feel like I can see it a little bit of that in the body, and how we physically in real life can do the same thing with just one thing. We can do all these different things. It's like with our lungs, with our voice boxes, with our mouths, we're able to whistle, sing, hum, talk. We're able to do I mean, we can mimic the sound of birds, we can create music, we can talk to each other and explain things and events and have us visualize and imagine that in our brains and understand what the other person is saying with just these few things. And those are all things that at some point somebody had to come up with. What I'm trying to say is like, your body is the same thing. We are all the same thing. We all have that same innate ability to just see a thing and use it for something that it's not even really used for. Just find a way to make it work for us. And that's what you should do with your body. You should always just switch it up a little bit. Throw in something, you know, just experiment, just fuck around. And keep an open mind. If you see that one thing is like a little interesting here, just for the rest of the day, if your life isn't too stressful, and I've learned this, it can be too stressful sometimes where you don't have an opportunity to have a word of the day. My phone's definitely about to die soon, but you don't necessarily have an opportunity to have a word of the day because you're too focused on just trying to survive and, you know, trying to also fit in at the same time and not seem like you're trying to survive. And all of that really takes a mental toll. You know, you can't think of anything else. And if that's happening to you, then try your best to get out of that first and then revisit this. I'm doing the same thing right now, but just do that with your body, man. Experiment, fuck around a little bit and keep an open mind. You find that, you know, you can do an interesting thing or you see an interesting thing, keep an open mind. To say that for the last time. And see where else you can apply that. If you can apply that anywhere else, what would it look like? Would it look cool or would it be kind of stupid? And would it look cool because it is kind of stupid? You know? Cool things come from things that people think at first are dumb all the time. It doesn't matter what other people think because other people aren't God. If I'm just being entirely honest, of course, what other people think does to a certain extent matter. We are all born in the image of God. If they are good people, then, you know, maybe, yeah, what they're saying has some wisdom behind it, right? Not saying listen to everybody here or ignore everybody either. Another time, keep an open mind. But all I'm saying is, I mean, I forgot where I was going with that. I don't entirely know what I'm talking about. I don't entirely know what I'm doing. But I know that if I just keep going and I stay true to myself, I don't hurt myself, because I have a tendency to do that. I think that I'm meant for something special. I think we're all meant for something special, but we just have a tendency to not just get in our own ways, but get in each other's way, while even at sometimes thinking that we're helping them. And that's something my mom does a lot. Which, to be honest, is not her fault. I feel like all my mom really needs is just a stable, reliable person to communicate with. Somebody who isn't crazy and somebody who isn't there to judge. And it's hard to give my mom that right now because for so long I have been secretly doing that. It's hard not to, if I'm being honest. Just because of the things that go on in the house. It's like, they can be hypocritical at times. Or they can only look at the negative. Or they can turn positive into negative. To where it's like you come in a good mood and things just go south quickly. And that can also be my fault too, because I don't help at all. It's like if I come into the house and I see y'all are already in a bad mood and I'm in a good mood, I'm honestly just gonna shut up and shut down. Like I'm not gonna, that's a fault of me. Just to cut that off right there, that's a fault of mine. I should be strong enough. I I shouldn't be weak-minded to the point where I just shut down and just give up. But that's kind of what I've resorted to because I'm the youngest. Nobody really listens to me. I need to listen to everybody else. So just shut up and let them be the way that they're going to be. My phone's definitely about to die. The screen just darkened. Love all of y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless. Y'all take care. It's definitely about to die, dude. The screen's getting dark. The screen's getting dark. I think I'm gonna just clean up in here, out here, and head inside, cook some breakfast. Lunch now, brunch now. And play some video games. Hit up my boy Jay. What's up, bro? Go see what he's doing, play with him a little bit. But I hope y'all get some rest, and if you don't need rest, I hope you work out, man. I hope you get your lazy ass outside and do something, because I know I need to do that a little bit more. We all do. Unless you're perfect. Unless you're better than me. In which, if you